Well, tonight's project shouldn't be all that bad. My old tractor, it's developed some water in the hydraulic fluid and maybe a lack of hydraulic fluid. I've lost a lot of power in my hydraulics, and I know I've gotten the forbidden milkshake coming out my control levers when I pull them after it warms up. So we're going to see what we can do about changing the fluid on this thing and also cleaning out the strainer. That's the tricky part. Let's go ahead and see how much fluid we've actually got in here. We can check the tranny fluid right here. It shares the tranny rear end hydraulic. I don't really need the towel. It's not even on the dipstick. That would explain my loss of hydraulic power. So let's go around to the other side and start taking stuff apart. All right, well, let's have some use. Okay, well, I got some help out here now.
They always call me for the dirty work.
And as I've discovered, I may not have that much oil in here right now, so wasn't even on the dipstick.
Oh, lovely.
So we won't have much used oil to deal with. Well, what we got to do on this 1900 is we got to drain 2 plugs and then take this long tube loose so we can get the little screen that's down here out.
They look like they're so easy to get to.
They're
I'm going to show them which plugs it is.
Get down here, waller around on the ground a little bit. One of these days we'll get this floor done in here. I think I can get this bucket set back up. The bucket may turn out to be a poorer choice than I thought. No. Okay, it does fit. Let's see if we can get this boat. Oh, well, that
was easier than I expected.
Yeah, I had the impact down here because I was expecting bad things. Okay. Okay, that doesn't really look like hydraulic fluid, does it? That would be the forbidden milkshake. Give me a shorter pen. Where is the old pen? That does not really look like good hydraulic fluid. That is some evil chocolate milkshake.
There we go.
That's not the right color.
Well, hoping our catch pan is big enough.
I still got the plug in my hand.
Hopefully it starts draining into the catch pan.
You didn't have the plug in there, did you?
No, I tried cleaning it out. You may have to wall your fingers in there.
Why isn't it going down at all?
Okay, he's informed me that there are apparently 2 plugs on this, and since he got one of them, he's saving the other one for me. Where is it at?
That one right there.
Okay. This right here?
That right there.
Okay.
And hopefully you can just put a 5-gallon bucket under that one, even though we're just about out of fluid here.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time.
We'll get back here and see if we can see what's...
You can probably see it better from the other side. You ready?
Yeah, we got a pretty good view.
Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. Oh, yeah, y'all are gonna have to bleep. Ow! Bleep that one.
Yeah, there's... By the way, the persuader works really fast.
Ooh. Nice. Rag, please.
And any other questions why I call it the chocolate milkshake? The impact. All right, so you're gonna make me get under there and put that one back?
Well, I don't want to cross thread it.
Yeah, that would be bad.
And you're all the time getting after me for that, so I'll let you try to figure that out.
Well, man, at least if it's cross-threaded, it's like Loctite. It won't come loose. But then again, it might not hold oil either. All right. see what you got in here.
I'll come around and look at the other side.
Oh, it goes right in.
Well, see, I had it started for you then.
Yeah, you were fine. You weren't cross-threading it. Yeah, seal up some of that, what's left of that milkshake in there. Yeah, this is
Well,
good.
I imagine that we're probably going to have to sacrifice.
Yeah, we're going to
some
run
oil
this for probably a
and-
few weeks and probably have to do this again.
By the way, in case you're wondering why we're sweating like we just ran a marathon, because I would not be able to do that. It is, it says it's only 86 degrees, according to that wonderful
Big
thermometer.
question. Alexa, what's the humidity?
Right now, the humidity is 63%.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Pretty low.
So,
Heat index is probably only 95 in here.
but I swear, Oklahoma is horrible.
All right, well, over here,
Okay, now what?
we need to loosen up this tube on the side, because this tube right here has no flexibility. So there's a banjo bolt like this on each end, and we got to take it out real quick.
So banjo kind of has the connotation of spring.
No,
No?
banjo is just, this is a banjo bolt. It goes through a rounded end like this. See, this is the banjo.
Oh, okay.
And the bolt,
We need the, what do you call it?
yeah, let's persuade it.
The persuader?
Yeah. Yeah. The rigid does not care. But this, that comes out.
And it's also a,
Yeah, see, that's a banjo bolt.
Okay.
They're hollow and have holes in the top. And we'll see. Okay, can you hand me the,
will it fit?
I don't know, but I hope it does.
Still got all kinds of oil all over it.
Let's hope it fits. At least it won't rust now. Hopefully there's not enough water to make corrosion. All right. You got a good view? Because that just comes out so easy with that tool.
Now, so do we have to take this thing completely off?
We got to drop it out of the way, yeah.
All right, so we got a bracket.
Now, if this thing will flex, no, we don't have to, because we have to get it clear of this plate right here. Because this is actually what I want to get off. This is where the strainer is at.
Okay. So no, we have a bracket right here. Well, actually, it did.
I can live with that.
Let me get down here and take a look at this.
Can you hand me the smaller wrench?
I'm trying to see the bracket. I think I'm looking at the bracket. I hope.
Maybe, but it's this plate right here. So,
Okay. The smaller wrench.
yep, should be the smallest socket I had laid out. And impacting might not be the worst choice with a little impact. I think the wrench will do it though. I don't know if this will reach all of them. Nope, won't reach in and get that one.
So we need a.
I need that wrench off the table. All right. All right. Don't need impact for that. That's. At least one thing in hydraulic systems, they don't tend to be rusted stuck.
And apparently that's my job to clean.
Well, as you've noted before, cleaning, gasket surfaces, filters.
It
That,
doesn't want to come off.
that didn't just pop right out of there, did it?
Nope, so I need to go find something to,
A screwdriver and a dead blow hammer would be appreciated.
do you have your preference on screwdrivers?
Big flat one.
Yeah, didn't you do a video that every tool is a chisel or a
Screwdrivers are chisels. And pry bars. But this is a good hammer though. This is an Icon, Harbor Freight Icon hammer. I like this hammer. Hopefully this will come out because this shouldn't take a lot. And it did not. Okay, offhand, I'm going to say it's a little dirty.
So those screens,
All right,
why don't
meet
you
me
just
on the
bring it on
outside.
out?
I'm tired of being under here because it's not doing me good now. This is what passes for a filter on a Ford 1900 tractor for the hydraulic filter. And I would say it's pretty clogged up. But if you feel this, you'll realize this is just a stainless steel screen. You can actually feel the screen moving. All right, in case you wonder, that's what it looks like in the bucket. Now she's going to contaminate that perfectly good chocolate milk with some brake clean here.
Whew.
Don't inhale. If you look at all the trash splattering on the side of the bucket, it'll tell you how much was stuck to the outside. Okay.
Well, unless I had an air compressor or a parts washer, I don't know that I can do much more.
I can arrange the air compressor part. Let's say here, not one nozzle. No one-handed operation. Yeah, I couldn't get it one-handed.
Okay, I think maybe just stand back. Is that acceptable for you?
That's good enough for me.
All right. So now what?
Now
Do
put
we
it all,
gotta clean all this up?
or just dry it off and we can put some sealant on it. There's no pressure on that part. Let's grab some right stuff. And we'll just put a little right stuff around it and call it good. Like I say, this is the intake for the hydraulic pump. That's why it has the filter on it. So there's not like there's any real pressure right here.
And then just a bead of this?
Yeah, just a little bead of that around it. The leak would come from in there, but it's not likely to leak anyway. It's just static pressure of the fluid sitting on it.
Well, it's not like this tractor doesn't leak every place else.
Well, I'm hoping if we get less water in it and it'll have a little bit more viscosity, maybe it'll quit leaking some places.
Okay, I have no other way of doing this, but
That's good enough right there. I'll close that. Oop. Okay, apparently I can't put a cap on things. Okay. All right, trade. Oh, you gotta play with finger putty real quick, huh?
just a kid at heart.
You're just letting the kindergartner come out real quick. That is good enough. Once it squishes down.
Okay.
All right, assembly is the reverse of disassembly. And I almost dropped it right in the dirt with the right stuff all over it. You would have been happy about that, right?
No, I would not have.
Then you can start over cleaning, screen and all. Like I say, this really isn't that complicated of a job as long as you know where the screen is at. That's the trick. If you don't know that there's a screen behind that, it may take you a minute to figure out why your hydraulics seem clogged up.
I think you need to push it up.
That seemed to help a lot.
So after this, just putting the banjo bolts in, then we fill it up?
Yep.
All right, well, we'll come back to filling it up.
Well, the good news is we hit the funnel, mostly. Yeah. This may take a minute. We got to do this bucket and another gallon out of the next bucket. Oh, I didn't tell you, one of the reasons we're doing this. That I discovered how much water I had in this tractor this winter when it got down to single-digit temperatures, and my hydraulic fluid actually froze. Oil's not supposed to freeze.
Well, then in the summertime when we're trying to move things, it boils.
Yeah. It gets so hot, I lose all viscosity and I can't make any pressure.
By looking at the bucket, I'm going to say that's probably 2 gallons.
All right, then. Oh. All right, I stick the dipstick back in.
You don't fit.
Hey, guess what?
You can actually see oil on it.
It was at the full line.
Okay. Whew. Hot.
All right, well, with any luck, that job is done.
Now I need a shower.
I do too. All right, everybody, let's pull back. The big question, fire this up, does anything still work?
Well, let's get all the flashlights out of the way. You want your, Oh, and by the way, I know that safety things, you're not supposed to start a tractor while you're standing in front of the big tire.
Safety third. So I bumped it over, it didn't move, it'll be fine. Besides, well,
So I got a question. Do we need to put anything on the hydraulic rams themselves, like to just clean those?
no, they're chrome. They got wipers in here that scrape them every time they go up and down.
So you don't have to wipe them off for the dirt and grit. Okay.
Nope.
So now that we have this working, we can actually lift things.
We're going to start some other projects. But in the meantime, it's hot. It's late. Mosquitoes
We
are...
had to wait until nighttime in order to be able to do the video.
Oh, let's be serious. We waited till nighttime because we kept doing other things and ran out of time.
No, because it's too hot.
Now that too. But I think this is a totally successful operation, which is kind of rare for us, that it actually worked exactly the way it's supposed to. But in the meantime, I guess, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.